Good evening, everybody. Not gonna stream as long tonight because we had, well, it wasn't an emergency, but we had to have an electrician in the house to do stuff, and, well, everybody works, so electrician came late, so I'm late to the stream by, like, a lot. But that's life. So, unless somebody comes in to chat and wants to do something else, I will just be working more on my silly neural network themed idle game. Um, so, last time we left it on stream, I don't remember exactly where we were. I've done some work here and there. I know I was trying to refactor the neuro stuff into a class, and I've done that. It's now working again as a as its own class. I think it's something about this platform that doesn't want me to use class static values, which is why I had to declare neuro.neuros outside of the class. And then each time one is created, it just pushes itself onto that array, so that, well, it's easy to go through all of them because every single one of them was always part of that array. Still a lot to do. And I always get distracted. And I get lost in my own code. But, welcome. Hope you find this fun. Watch the things I do wrong. Think. What I want to do here is make the constructor take a bunch of these and then have all of these defaults set in the constructor's definition. So, like x equals 0, y equals 0, x off equals 0, y off equals 0. And then instead of having it say here, it just equals x and equals y equals x off and y off. Radius equals 10. Fixed radius equals 10, comma. Some of this highlighting is just to make sure I typed everything in correctly. Some of these I'm not using yet, like state, like time, and I might not ever use them. So I think I will leave them out until I'm going to use them. ID I can see coming up soon. I think I kind of had a plan to maybe have the ID is the index in the array, but I don't think that's smart anymore because if I'm going through the array to remove the items that are no longer there later, like I do with the particles, knowing what index you had before doesn't necessarily mean you know what your index really is. So let's skip that for now. I still want to find the image somehow. But that's going to be down the road. I might even just pull it out for the moment. There. I think construction counts as the last active time. And the upgrades. Yeah, keep the upgrades. And so, instead of... Okay, first, refresh. Make sure it still works. And the sparkles are still happening, so the code didn't die completely. These are growing. I think we're good. So then when we're here at index, at these spots where we make a new neuro. Okay, so here we make a new neuro. Instead of having this done outside, we can say that and that. And then change the name. And that shortens the code a good bit. And that should work. Seems to have worked. Okay. So then, when we want a new neuro with something other than the defaults, we just have to fill in what we want other than the defaults. And if we move name to here in the list, then over here where we were, we can do user 1 and user 2. And at that point, I don't think we even need an n equals. Just make that, go, done. See if that works. It works. Good times. So we got the very bare minimum XY name. Well, we can make new neuros all we want, and they'll just be there. All right. So the neuros are now nicely packaged. Nicely packaged. And then I wanted to do the same thing for particles. So I made a particle class. With some of the same philosophy in the constructor. So x, y, dx, dy, max x, max y, so that it has limits. I trying to avoid global variables, but then we run into things like, but the screen applies to all of the particles ever. So why shouldn't that be global? So, oh, right. That. That way the list of the actual particles is kept within these things. And I need that logic in tick. because I had removed, well, I didn't remove it. I duplicated an index so that the particles would not just continue forever and die, and that's ah. Yeah, I'm a bit scattered. It's been a long day. Right? Because the flash particle and the info particle uh, bits have not been converted yet, so they still have their particular ticks and their particular cleanups. And I need to be right back. And I forgot to switch to streaming, and I forgot to turn on the capture. Yeah, maybe I'll get into this one day. Maybe I'll get it all right. But, you know, nobody was in chat to tell me I was doing something wrong. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, I'm back. I've got a ginger ale and some more hydration. Yeah, because water, as good as it is for you, doesn't have any flavor. And it is a zero sugar ginger ale, so it's not the worst. And the cat decided the door had to be closed. Alright, and I broke something. What did I break this time? It was just working. What did I break? Switch over here. Refresh. F12. Particles is not defined. Right. Because it's particle.particles. Think. I think that should fix it. Fixed. Not completely. $111. I simply missed one. I'm still not seeing them. Why? That's it. Particles 58. But since I've moved this logic to a base class of particles, or particle base class, I shouldn't need that repeated in the info particle and the flash particle. But there we go. Now we've got our flash particles all randomly sparkling around. I love those. It's weird that I like it, but it also reminds me of like when you kind of look up at the blue sky and you see the floaties in your eyes. And I don't like that, but I like these because it kind of reminds me of just like the background randomness of the universe. I'm weird. But that's okay. So a bunch of this, like this section of logic from tick should be handled by the particle class. But now I need to figure out just how they mean this. So class something extends this, and then super. Okay, so it would be class flash particle extends particle. And then this is the constructor, basically. And I'm going to do the same treatment here as I did to the others, which is put the defaults so that everything can be assigned. This, I don't need to rearrange them in the actual assignment function, just in the function declaration. But y0 dl equals 16. I'm not going to put lifetime in the declaration because it can just equal the same thing when you're constructing it. It's like, why would you say, oh, its lifetime is 50, but its time to live is only 10? Maybe I'm shooting myself in the foot for later, but I don't see that as a common use case. And yes, I'll fix that. Okay. Radius. Again, same with set radius. Set radius is actually set to whatever radius is on the first tick. So now I can actually just have it be radius just from the beginning. And color equals that. Max x equals 4096 because why not? And then you are just color max x, max y. And now there's the flash particle. And we want to say tick and super tick. What? What do you mean? Wait. Next year. Super dot function on parent. So it's super dot tick. That should take care of the time to live, the positioning in the particles. It'll kill it. It'll do that part. The time to live is taken care of. If it gets to 0, it removes it from the array, and then it's all good. So then all we have left is this. The stuff that's specific to the flash particle. So the radius gets adjusted, the dynamic X gets added, the dynamic Y gets added, so they move around within bounds between 0 and max. I actually don't need that anymore because it never will be. And then we have radius equals set radius times TTL divided by lifetime. So the radius shrinks as it approaches its death. And its alpha increases, so it fades into whatever's behind it as its life expires. And that's what tick does. And I should be able to kill this off now. Just double checking. And next, we need to pull in draw. Which is I mean, there's really no change. Okay. I think that's that classified. Let's see if it works. Nope. Let's see why it didn't work. Must call superconstructor in derived class before accessing this or returning from the okay. This I did not in the constructor do super. And since the particle did get xy, dx, dy, max x, max y, lifetime, and color, I can actually put those in here. X, Y, max x, max y. Oh, got dx, dy. TTL. TTL. Haha. Color. And I don't need those. That flash particle has suddenly become a tiny little thing. See if that works. Wow. Something. I mean, it's working, but somewhere along the way, I losing this. So let's do the X. And the Y. Is it dx dy next? Dx dy. Which seems to be working as well. They're the same. So got those, and then radius. Hmm. That's why it happened. Because I was setting the radius after construction. And so set radius was set to 20 from the default constructor, even though I was setting the radius later. And then radius gets set to set radius times this. So it always grows to 20. Yeah, but if I put that there, I actually don't need these anymore. And that should fix it. And now that they're oh. Time to live. And then radius. I skipped this time to live. There they are. I got my sparkles back. Okay. And because everything is set, I don't need to bother assigning it. There. Sparkles. Ah. Yeah. Okay. That is progress. I wish it was more progress, but that is progress. Meow, meow, meow. 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 Come here. Come here. Ah, there's the boy. Meow. 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 All right. I think that's going to be it for tonight. Unfortunately, it was cut quite short by real life things happening. Good news is everything is working the way it's supposed to now. And it's done in a very timely manner. After hours and stuff. There wasn't even like a massive charge for it. Yay, good electricians. Beyond that, I hope you have fun watching this video. Wasn't the most interesting thing in the world, I know. But if you liked it, you liked it. Hope to actually see you online next time. Meanwhile, have fun, as always.